Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rochelle. This is my review of Season 1, Episode 12, The Reunion Part 2 for Love and Marriage, DC. So the episode starts off where they left off from Reunion Part 1, where Winter is explaining to Carlos about rumors. And here's the thing. This is the thing. Okay. Winter is saying that she has receipts, records, photographs, about the Silvers and the Tylers. However, she does not want to, or she can't confirm or deny whether the receipts are accurate or not. This is the issue with that. Winter is playing a dangerous game, okay? To me, she's playing with their marriages, because if you have information that you claim that you've seen and everything, and you're not going to bring it up, you're not going to say who your source is, you're not going to say, what the information is, then do not bring it up at all. You're just being messy and you're being hurtful. And Winter NBA knows exactly what she's doing. And she, of all people, should understand, based on what happened to her. And according to her ex-husband had, I believe, 2 kids, if I'm not mistaken. So don't quote me, with the nanny. She should know how hurtful that is. And for her to sit there and have information, which is fine to have information, but to say that you have information, but I'm not going to share what it is, you know exactly what you're doing. She's stirring the pot and she's trying to get everybody flustered. And I don't think that's good. I don't think that's a good person. I think that's low character, as Ashley states, and it's hurtful. So Carlos asks her specifically, what receipts do you have? And she says photographs of infidelity, text messages, records, and proof of what they've done. And the receipts that she's referring to is DJ Quicksilver. She's saying that she knows a lady that worked at Park. I think it's Park 14. It's the 14th Park at 14th. That's in DC. And that lady alleges that, well, it's alleged from me, but she's saying that the lady says that she has been with DJ Quicksilver. She's been intimate with DJ Quicksilver. That's the claim that the lady has. And Winter is saying she don't know if it's true, but that's what the lady has told her. She also says that 48 hours prior to her being on the reunion, she received receipts and records about Jamie and Quicksilver. But she felt like the receipts, that she was sent were only done because she was on the show and she was basically doing the dirty work for the person who has brought her the receipts. Now, Winter, NBA, you know what you are doing. Now, I'm not going to fault her for bringing up the information about Quicksilver. Okay, that's information that you have. Someone came and told you. You said you know the young lady. She claimed that she has been intimate with Quicksilver. Okay? To me, that's bringing forth information. Now the Silvers can say, okay, if Quick remembers, or if he knows anybody who worked at Park that would bring up rumors about him and everything, they could kind of narrow it down. But at least you're bringing something up. But to say that you have receipts and records, but you're not going to say what they are, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. And Carlos had to literally twist her arm to come out with that information. And to Jamie's point, why bring it up if you're not going to present what you have? And that's all I'm saying. I don't believe that Winter, I would never take anybody's job away, but Winter's not married. So I believe Winter doesn't have any, she's been married previously, but she doesn't have anything to lose. So to her, and especially what she's been through, her bringing up rumors and everything, to me, it doesn't bother her. Her stirring a pot doesn't bother her because she's not married. So it's not affecting her. It's not affecting her. So Ashley and DJ Quicksilver confirms that, yes, he's out. He's a DJ. He takes pictures with everybody. She'll be standing 2 feet away from Quick, and people will send her information about how he's taking pictures with other women and everything. And she's like, I was right there, and people just want to send information, and it's not a big deal to her. She knows the line of work that he's in. So that's different than him actually being with somebody intimately in a room, in a bed. That's something totally different. But you're just sending information about him being in a club where he works. That's his profession. And him taking pictures with other women. That's not really that much of, that good of information. That's expected because he has a job to do. And so Winter is going back and forth with the Silvers and the Tylers. And to me, it's just pointless. Winter would have been better off not saying anything about the rumors that she's heard, versus bringing the rumors to the forefront. If Winter would have brought what she knew or what she's been told, specifically records, photographs, receipts to this reunion, she would have shut the reunion down, and they would have had nothing to say because she has actual proof of it. And they couldn't have gotten mad. I mean, I guess they could get mad, but it's not like she would be making anything up. But to say that you're not going to present what you have, that's the difference, in my opinion. I feel like that is being more messy than actually bringing the proof and showing the information that she has, especially if they're asking for it. Ashley said, what proof? James like, what proof? Irena, what proof? That's your opportunity to show them the proof that you have. But I don't want to do. Then you should have never brought the information up. Do not bring the information up, NBA. Do not bring the information up. She said she worked hard for her MBA degree. She understands exactly what she's doing. And I don't appreciate that, because she could potentially break up a marriage. It won't be solely her fault, but she would play a part in it. They don't have to admit that Irena and Ashley may make their mind wander and everything, but that's exactly what would happen. If this person is saying, oh, I have receipts, I have records and everything, she's not presenting them. Well, I really want to know what information does she have. So I think Winter, in that instance, she's delusional. She's playing a dangerous game, and she's playing the game. And then she says she wants to reconcile with them at the end. Winter, I wouldn't want to be your friend. That's not the type of friend that I would want. Oh, I have information, but I'm just not going to tell you about it. What? That's not a friend. A friend, I have information. I'm going to tell you what it is, and you could do what you want to do with the information after that. But to say you have information, oh, and I'm not going to tell you, that's not a friend. And Ashley, Winter says she owes everybody an apology, but Ashley doesn't accept it. And I agree with Ashley. I already apologized. You apologized previously, but then you still came back and did the same thing over again. They do not want to be your friend. And as they shouldn't want to be your friend. They shouldn't want to be your friend. Why? If you're not going to, be friendly. What she's doing is not friendly. And I don't think she understands it because she's not married, or I think she just doesn't care. She understands. She just doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's not married. She's getting a divorce from her, I believe, second husband. She doesn't care. She has nothing to lose. So, Winter, I don't know if she'll be back next season, if there is a next season, but in my opinion, I don't think they should bring somebody on the show who's not married. I feel like the couples that are on the show, the main cast members, should be married. They should be married. It shouldn't be where you have three couples and then a single cast member who's bringing up rumors and allegations and everything, or lack thereof, but alluding to the fact that she knows information, but she's just not going to speak on it. Then don't bring it up at all. That's how I see it. Monique also states that her and Chris had a meeting with Winter after the selfie event regarding bringing up rumors and how that's hurtful and how she shouldn't do that and how that's a dangerous game. But Winter still doesn't understand, or she plays like she doesn't understand. And Carlos asks Winter if the relationship between her and Monique has changed since she's been on the show. And Winter says that the relationship is the same. Yes, I believe that they've known each other for 16 years, but they didn't have a relationship to where they were best friends. They just had a cordial, mutual, hi and bye, speak when you see each other relationship. It wasn't to the point where they were friends. And Carlos also asks Monique if if he believes that Winter likes the drama. And Monique says, yes, she believes that Winter likes the drama. And I also believe that Winter likes the drama. I believe that Winter is trying to play like she's the victim. Oh, everybody else is starting the drama, but it's really her. She started the drama by bringing up not the fact that she knows rumors, but the fact that when they ask you what it is. See, I think that's the issue. You know the information. It's okay to say, oh, I've heard rumors, this, and this. But then somebody say, well, what did you hear? And then you say, oh, I don't want to bring it up. That's the issue. And Winter knows exactly what she's doing. She knows that's the issue. She knows that is the issue. Not the fact that she's saying that she knows rumors. Everybody hears everything about people. But people know I'm not going to bring it up. I don't have proof. I just heard it. Unless the person asks you specifically, don't tell me if you don't have any proof. But if they say you heard the rumor, what did you hear? And you say, well, I don't want to, then don't bring up a rumor. And Winter knows exactly what she's doing. So Carlos moves to the Tylers and he, asks Jamie and Irena what the marriage was like, if it was similar to what Monique and what Ashley has been going through. So Irena explains that when the kids were little, her and Jamie, they worked 8 hours, 11 hours, 9 to 5 jobs. But Irena states that she was the one basically with the kids when Jason was little, and around 2, she had to leave work most of the time. She had to learn Braille. She had to make sure that he was getting everything that he needed because of his disability. And Jamie was getting upset because he says that Irena was minimizing what he was doing and making it seem like she was doing everything and he wasn't doing anything. And he says, I was there as well, too. And Irena said not when he was little. It was only when he got a little older. And Jamie says, well, he was still in elementary school. And then Irena's like, well, did you go to any of the meetings and all? And Jamie agreed he didn't. You know, I think the issue here is that Irena is expressing herself and she feels like she has done a lot, but Jamie doesn't give her the credit for what she's done. And I believe Jamie is looking at it the exact same way. I've done a lot as well. You're not giving me the credit. And Monique says, you know, a lot of the times when kids are little, in her situation, Ashley agrees that the mom, you know, usually does a lot of the watching of the children. She said when the kids were little, Chris had the opportunity to go to Germany for 2 weeks. Nobody asked to help her to watch the children. So Ashley agrees with Monique, and she said that when Quick would go on trips and had to work and do different things, you know, she would have to be home with the kids as well. And so Jamie and Irena, I believe Irena was trying to point out that when Jason was when the kids were little, specifically Jason, she had to learn Braille and she was more hands-on with him than Jamie was. And Jamie is saying, you know, that was only when he was little, but as he grew and everything, he was around his kids as well. So I think they're saying the same thing. I don't believe that Jamie believes that it's painting him in a bad light. However, the truth is the truth. If you were not, I won't say present, if you weren't doing the things, if Irena was doing most of the work when they were babies, then you have to acknowledge that. And I think that's the issue, is the acknowledgement. I think Irena needs acknowledgement. I appreciate you doing it. My schedule did not permit me to do it while you were, you know. And she said she was working, he was working. But she was the one, see, that's the difference. She was working and he was working, but she was the one that had to take off work and take care of the kids. He still was able to do his hours and everything, which is not a bad thing because somebody still has to work. But Irena wants acknowledgement and appreciation that I did majority of it. I had to sacrifice that portion of their lives. That's what Irena is saying. I don't believe Irena is taking anything away from Jamie, but I feel like Jamie became defensive. But clearly we see that Jamie is a part of the kids' lives. You know, and Irena agrees he is awesome with the kids as well. Just how Monique said in that time period, you know, she was doing majority of the watching of the children. And when she wanted to hang out, she didn't. In the beginning, when they were little kids, Jamie hung out more than she did, you know? And the reality is the reality. What happened is what happened. You can't change the past. And so if it happened and she's willing to speak on it, and if it makes you look bad, if it makes Jamie look bad, then it's not like she's making anything up. I believe Jamie doesn't want anything to come out from the past that makes him look bad, even if he did do it. I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he's a bad husband. I believe he was providing for his family, doing what he could do. But Irena feels like she did more. And it's not a competition. She's just explaining what it is. And I think Jamie is so concerned about the image of how he's going to look to other people. However, it's a lot of men who, you know, is in the same situation where the mother is the one who takes care of the kids more. And Jamie, you have no control over that if that's what actually happened. All you can do is move forward and acknowledge and show love where it's due. And I don't believe that he was like a deadbeat or anything like that. That's not what Irena is saying. She's just saying there were a lot of years where she was the one that was with the kids, and especially helping Jason with his homework, making sure that he was doing it correctly. The tutoring was correctly. She had to learn Braille so she can review the work. That's a lot. That's a lot. And if she did that, I feel like she should be acknowledged for that. And I know that Quick said that a lot of men want credit and they want acknowledgement for being a good dad, you know, but that's their job. I do agree with that to an extent. I feel like everybody should get credit for when they do a good job. Everybody wants credit. Everybody wants to be acknowledged, male or female, husband or wife, mother or father, whatever. Everybody wants credit. And it's good to acknowledge people when they do things on either side. But women is usually the ones, I'll just say, in this instance, on this show, Love and Marriage, DC, Ashley, Monique, and Irena agreed that they did majority of the watching of the children when they were kids. And so it's easy for Chris to acknowledge it. It's easy for Quicksilver to acknowledge it. Jamie, not so much. He's like, it makes him look bad. It doesn't make you look bad. I don't think it makes him look bad because he was present. He was there. He was working, providing for the family. He said the trips that he went on was like on a weekend. The same thing Chris did. His would be on the weekend. The same thing DJ Quick, it would be on the weekend. So it doesn't make you look bad. It just is what it is. You got a chance to do things that Irena did not get a chance to do because she had to stay home with the kids. It is what it is. You can't change the past. You know, he's there now. He's with the kids when they're older. You know, he's present, and that's a good thing. DJ is with his kids. That's a good thing. Chris is with his kids. They're all married. They live in the same household, so it's a family. So that's something to praise, in my opinion, because there's a lot of broken families out here where there's only one parent. There's only a mom taking care of the kids by herself. So I do feel like the men should have acknowledgement, and they should be thanked for what they do, but as well, the women as well. And don't minimize anybody's part in the raising of the children. If your wife did more, you're going to have to recognize that and celebrate that. Celebrate that. As well as if you did what you did, just like you already said, I'm not taking nothing away from you. I'm just explaining that in the beginning, I did majority of the work. And I think Jamie has a little hard time with acknowledging that, because I believe he doesn't want to look bad to people. To me, he doesn't look bad. He doesn't look bad. I just see how Irena, as she said, she did more as a child. It's not like he ran out and left his family. He just did less than what she did, but he did his. I think men do it in a different way. They think, providing, and that's their way of taking care of the family, and it is. And that's not nothing to be minimized either, because like I said, there's a lot of men who don't even want to be in their kid's life. So I just think they need to work on it. Quick says that Jamie's overreacting, and I think Quick and Chris should have a talk with Jamie, and sometimes you just gotta, it seems like it's a tug of war, and Jamie just won't kind of let up. He thinks he looks bad as far as when it comes to the kids. Now, I'm not talking about, all this other stuff. But when it comes to the kids, he wants the best for them. I believe he does. He started to cry in the show when Jason was talking and little Jamie was talking. He said, I just want the best for my kids. And I really, truly believe that is what he wants, him and Irena. He wants the best for his children. So in my eyes, he doesn't look bad. It just is what it is. It's just the reality of what happened. And she's speaking on it. It'll be different if Irena was making things up. But Irena said, and Jamie agrees, yeah, you were, but he said I was there too. But Irena said when they got older. So hopefully he can kind of get over the way he thinks people perceives him, because your reality is your reality. People could only perceive you based off of the perception. And if you speak the facts, that's what they'll go off of. And if the fact is that Irena was doing more when they were children, you got to acknowledge that and praise that and just thank her. Because you just say, I couldn't do it. I didn't do it. And I thank you for that. Because she did acknowledge him and said, I know you are there. You were there for the kids. She never took anything away from him. So I think they just need to work on that. Well, Jamie should work on that. Little Jamie and Jason comes out to the set, and Jason is explaining he's happy about the Doors program. He wants to work with Apple to show other people with disabilities that they are just as capable, that they to work the phones, the system, and everything like that. So he really wants to work for Apple and not be a DJ. And that's something to be happy about as well. The program, he was really excited. He still lives home, but he's making progress to move out and have his own independency. And so that's really, really, that's good. And then little Jamie saying that he's on the right track. He's not going to go backwards. Everything with the court, he don't believe he's going to get any time in prison or anything like that. So he's moving forward with that. And he knows that people are watching him. So he doesn't want people, he doesn't want to let people down and go backwards. So that was good. And like I said, Jamie starts to cry and everything, gets emotional, because I really believe deep down he really wants the best for his kids. And you can tell. So Jamie, people, you're not a bad guy. You love your kids. He wants the best for them. And it showed today. He was about to cry, but he didn't want to show any emotion. But it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry, Jamie. We get it. You want the best for your children. I didn't see the daughter. I think her name was Brittany. She wasn't there. I don't know why Brittany wasn't there. But the guys look nice. All the Tyler guys with the suit jackets, the whole family the Tyler family looked really nice. But just specifically speaking on the guys, they all look nice. Very nice. I love the jackets. I love the bow ties. I love that they were dressed alike, but the different patterns in the jackets, but everybody had on a jacket, white top. Well, I think Jason had on a black top, but a jacket, a top with the bow tie and the pants, and some nice shoes. So they look really nice. I think they look really, really nice. So the episode concludes with, everybody talking about what they have coming up. Ashley Book is out. Quick opened up a new DJ school in DC. His radio show is syndicated. I think that's 92Q. I think it's syndicated now. It comes on 92Q. Irena, she has a new product for ladies. It's going to be called Perfect by Irena. That's as much information that she can give us. Chris, he's working on communicating with Monique. He said he currently doesn't have a job. And then Monique, she's doing much better in the marriage as well. And that's pretty much how the episode ends. I hope that there is a season 2. The reunions, they were really good reunions. You know, they really got to the bottom of some things. I think it was a good 2-part reunion. I'm looking forward to a season 2. I'm looking forward to at least 2 additional couples. So it will be a total of 5 couples for Love and Marriage. You know, maybe some couples that are friends to either one, or maybe 2 new couples. I don't know, but I think they need more than just the 3 couples. And then the couples, whoever comes on the show, has to be willing to be open. And I'm not saying show your entire life, but if things happen in the past and they're over and they're done, you can speak on that because it's over, and you can help another couple get through. I think that's what the show is about: love and marriage. How you work through your problems, you know, how they overcome working through and navigating through a marriage. I think it's a good concept for the show, and I hope to see a season 2 for Love and Marriage DC. If you like this video, comment down below, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for season 2 of Love and Marriage DC.